All right. Yeah, I've had people ask about Rune fairly often here, unless it's just you coming on and asking about it, which is possible as well. All right. Rune got way above its 1 hour 200 EMA. That I hope Bitcoin doesn't do that. I hope Bitcoin comes down more. This is structurally, so the short-term time frames are kind of a mixed bag. Because Bitcoin relative to Rune got up to this local high. So Bitcoin got up to here structurally from a horizontal standpoint, but from an EMA standpoint, actually no, Bitcoin is about there from an EMA. Yeah, if I went to Bitcoin, it is actually about there, isn't it? It's a little bit above its EMA. So it's actually on par. So from an EMA standpoint, it's on par, holding strong with Bitcoin, but its pump up structurally was not as strong as Bitcoin's because Bitcoin's equivalent went to there structurally. So you have to keep that in mind. How is this moving relative to Bitcoin? Which you could just look at Rune versus Bitcoin, but you keep that in mind as you're looking at price here. So it's losing versus Bitcoin even to the upside, it looks like. But you have a very glaring horizontal here. Man. I think if it wicks, yeah, it's probably going to, as this 1 hour 200 EMA comes up, it's probably going to hold on to this. So its price probably going to try to hold on to this horizontal until this is closer. It's going to go like this, then it's going to wick down and touch it and then come up. With the idea that Bitcoin has a pullback, then bounces, assuming that analysis is correct, even though that's not a 100% safe assumption, obviously, because I've been wrong, plenty of times. All right, and yeah, I would say it wants to hold on to this, but quickly interacts with that, comes up, and if Bitcoin is ready to bounce at that time, I think this is your next. I think this is a very clear target. It only has one area to go, so it's gonna that if Bitcoin charges up to 35K after a pullback, this would hit. Yeah, too many sellers would step in there and too many buyers would stop buying. So this would be a very good sell into the rally point at 380. Not financial advice. This is definitely Pokemon cards, talking about Rune Pokemon cards. But before it gets to that target, though, I would definitely consider the 1 hour 200 as a very strong suspect, a good candidate for a good purchase point before you try to ride this up. Yeah, 30% on spot. That could be a pretty big trade. That's actually a pretty good setup. That's right. I might take that setup now that I'm looking at it. But this is not financial advice. My analysis here is not a call to action for you to try to, take a long at that, because I did not discuss, I only discussed, a potential entry point. I didn't talk about profit taking or risk management. Therefore, I'm not providing enough information to actually, take a trade on this. I'm only voicing what I think would be a good entry, but entry is only one of three major elements of trading. So don't interpret this as Costas Verde said long here and now I'm liquidated. Well, that's what risk management is for, and I haven't talked about that. So, all right, yeah, that would be my price paths. Let me draw that out now that I'm done thinking about it. I would guess that it's going to hold on, wick down, come up, and then bust up. That would be my guess. Something to that effect. And that's Rune.